In the bottom left, playing is Tenri. We have Sedgehun versus Mestro, also playing Tenri. Up in the top sides.
Hmm. It's funny, I really wonder, like, because Sedgehun, I've seen him play like 4 commanders that are currently playable in our commander pool. I've seen him play Sedge Wolfar as his 2 main, and then he goes to Vesper and Tenri when these 2 are banned. I really wonder what's next after that.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think like who else I've seen them play. I think I've seen Sedge play Greenfinger at some point. I feel like that's been something that's happened once. At least I seem to remember that.
Hmm. Let's see the openings. Sedge went for the more like for the Yoink sword, I think. Yeah, he did. Um, which is like pretty strong on this map because you don't like the units you can build to counter that Yoink and like take back villages are really far away, except for Dragon, because the knights can only be built like at the other side of the map. But not actually going for the Yoink. I guess he didn't want to feed Tenri too much groove. Hmm. I think at this point you commit to the Yoink, right? Although, I mean, I can see both. I saw on the other side there was like a small opening trap Sejun was doing, where like you capture the village with a low HP Tenri, and then if your opponent decaps it, you can then heal on that village. But Mastro didn't go for it, and Tenri I think had to walk back and then now move forward again because Mastro, you know, knows the opening trap, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I've had some conversations with Master, and they've definitely scienced out a lot of stuff with these maps. So it would not surprise me if they know all of the, or at least a lot of like the common traps that people can fall into.
Hmm. Personally, I've had a little more success when the commanders like kind of stay on this side. Like it's quite counterintuitive, but like these side villages are so hard to take back. I think it's just worth to have your commander farm groove over there for a while. Hmm,
Oh,
who's
this is
this
interesting.
dragon?
The thief capturing that village from like above, and kind of like, yeah, the swords have been trapped in. Oh no,
Hmm.
those are 2 free units sitting right there.
I mean, swords were kind of a bit deep, so at this point you're kind of committed, I'd say. Uh, and like they're still gonna be a bit annoying. You're like, yeah, takes out a dog.
Yeah, although it has to dedicate another dog to do that, so.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I would have maybe like just capped the village to just be, because that's usually the most annoying move a sword can do is capture a village in your face. But now we see
Yeah, alright.
economy is,
Kind of evened up, and yeah,
yeah,
dog
kind of
crit comes
even.
in, so yeah, this bottom right slowly getting cleaned up.
Yeah, but Mastro is done with his like cleanup on the top left, and Tenri has grooved while he was doing that. So I
Yeah,
think, well, I mean, I guess Mastro did get his knight a little damaged and stuff like that, but I think he comes out on top of the early game.
oh, and picks off the mage as well. That's very big. Oh, and the other mage is gonna get grabbed.
Ooh, the classic Tenri.
Oof. And yeah, that mage down it goes. And
Hmm,
Sejun doesn't have any anti-air left.
you might be able to surround that dragon though. Although maybe it will cost you a lot. Because there is a few units that can like you'd have to commit a lot if you want to surround the dragon, and then you'd have to keep it surrounded for 2 turns if you want to kill it. that's gonna be... Not sure it's really worth it.
Yeah, and like looking at the groove, like Sedgehun's still not close to having groove. So like,
Oh wait, actually, because of the flagstone, it would have been funny to just put a sword to the right of the dragon, and then he can't fly upwards.
oh
That would
right,
have been a
yeah.
funny play, but I mean, not sure it was actually a good one. We have a second dragon from Mastro. And this is definitely looking like a Tenri composition from him. You have your very high mobility, high damage units. You also have a golem on the right.
Yeah, I mean, the golem's great for Tenri because, or fighting against Tenri, because it's actually really difficult to kill a golem even when you Tenri groove it. And like, it means that, I mean, getting hit by the witch on the dragon is kind of painful, but I think Mastro is now so far ahead on unit count that they're okay with that.
And also, like, Mastro is quite far ahead, so trading a witch for just a hit on the dragon, I think it's fine for him because he's ahead and he has 2 dragons. It's basically like trading money to remove one and I guess you trade money and a mage to remove some anti-air on the opponent's side. And after his first groove where he grooved a mage, Sedgehun, usually you look at Sedgehun's army, you're like, I think that's 4 more mages than you need. But right now he's only got 2, so
Yeah,
Mastro keeping some air pressure, and Sedgehun not gonna get another anti-air unit because he goes for a dragon. I think dragon kinda needed, otherwise this golem will just stay on the bottom right forever. But
yeah.
what are we gonna see here?
Oh, pressure onto Tenri. So Mastro doing a ton of damage. And this means like it's really scary because if you're the Tenri player and you're injured and you want to groove it, oh, that was a crit on the strongholds.
Oh.
That is a
Oh, I
lot of
think this
pressure.
is the yeah, this is the classic strategy of hit everywhere at once, and if you're doing enough damage, your opponent can't punish everywhere.
The wind rises.
Alright, what are we gonna see?
Dragon
Yoinks the
goes down,
knight.
though.
Ooh. I guess there isn't really much of a choice there. Like, you kind of have to go for that.
Yeah, there wasn't units to clear the knight around there, so pretty much the only like move to. I mean, I guess there wasn't that many units that could follow up and kill the HQ. I mean, I'm more of a player that likes to risk around with like your HQ HP. So I would have let the knight stay there if I can like secure enough spots next turn. But Sedgehun, I think, wants to. I mean, I guess yeah. We're seeing right now is this game.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, Master just
Yeah.
ends it pretty quickly. Like, Tenri walks into a place where she can double sword crit. Even uses like the mage heal just to like guarantee it.
And yeah, I think like there was. Not sure I can see that correctly, but there was a balloon on the left side, and balloons are great for walling, but in some situations they get one shot more easily. Like this is maybe one of these situations
And
because the
yeah.
mage was there.
I mean, I think Master was just like ahead all game. Let's go to the
Yeah.
stats actually. I'll make sure to refresh these. And yeah, like even just like looking at like the income chart, like Sedgehun's ahead on like turn 4, and then it's all Mastro from there. And like you look at the groove chart, like Master gets the groove much sooner. And let's see, that was turn 9. Yeah, if we look at the army value chart, that's like Sedgehun takes a big dip at that point. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty brutal turn 9 there, and
Mm,
yeah, it just seals the deal. Master ahead pretty much all game, and like, continues that advantage, and takes the win.
yeah, pretty clean from Mestro.
Yeah, like I said, Mastro has been putting a lot of time into practicing these maps and preparing for them. Knows a lot of like the lines for like what kind of strategies you should be going for. So yeah, like it goes to show that preparation like means a lot. And
I can agree with that.
yeah, and yeah, you look at like that turn 5 where like Master takes the lead and they just keep it. So if you know how to play the first few turns,
Mm,
it can really like make the difference.
yeah, I think their openings were very different, so I guess Sedgehun had a different read on the map.
Yeah, but yeah, well played to Master. We're gonna go into game 2.